Hi there. Welcome to another video here on Phantom of Haunted Hill.
Hey folks, welcome to another video here on Phantom of Haunted Hill. I'm Mikey, your Phantom. Today we're going to discuss some more Halloween horror film viewing. We're going to travel into a realm that we may fear, the realm of the cannibal. That's right. I only have a list I've chosen of five. I was going to do a bigger production, but I thought five would be a nice little start. And we're going to start it off with this film here. It's called Mondo Cannibal, directed by Bruno Mattei. Yes, indeed. And we can take a look at the back of this and say, wow, yeah, that looks pretty interesting. This movie is so terrible. It even is astoundingly horrible for Bruno Mattei. The movie is just outrageously horrible, and it's shot like it's filmed on SOV, which is fine and cool. But yeah, George Mattei, or was filmed by Vincent Dawn. Maybe he didn't. He came up with that name just to hide some of the films he made, especially this piece of garbage right here. Yeah, I'm going to recommend this one. Let's see. This was 2003. Basically, it's a Cannibal Holocaust ripoff, and a really bad one at that. Yes, indeed, really bad.
It's not going to turn out so easy. Like war and taxes. It's not ever easy.
Oh, what a television show.
You want sensational? Just stick with Jimmy Boy here.
The World of Cannibals, only on TV One. The public needs gore. Get the picture, asshole?
They're a big foreign race.
Savages, predators.
Just a minute there. We think our guide has found a goodie.
No one's going to take away from them the tulips.
Never talked like this before. I woke up. You wake up too.
It's beyond me. It's a completely useless, pitiless execution.
At last I recognize it. Keep it grinding!
Getting fast, Sid.
Now I ask, who is the real cannibal?
And don't let that trailer fool you. Don't let it fool you. It looks fun and exciting and killer, doesn't it? It's really not. Okay, next up, we're going to go with the classic known as Make Them Die Slowly, Cannibal Ferox, 1981, directed by the great Umberto Lenzi. Yes, indeed, three friends go out to the rainforest in the jungle there to prove that cannibalism does not exist. Now, that is preposterous because how do you know and how can you ever prove it? And when you do, you're around the world every second of the time, you can see it. But That's what they go to do. And in films this great, it makes total sense, because the film is just so intense and so strong that, yeah, they're going to see if cannibalism is a myth. That's fine. Then they meet up with Mike and then his buddy Joe, who's hurt. And Mike's a cat, and he escaped to the jungle in fear for his life. And he's one mean mother, whatter. Yes, indeed, always spewing his coke and he lies to everybody, telling them how the cannibals hurt his friend Joe. Meanwhile, we find out as the film goes along that Mike is the actual maniac. The cannibals probably wouldn't have paid them any mind if it wasn't for Mike. Thanks, Mike. But you get what you get coming. We get some very graphic gore. Of course, there's the real animal scenes that people don't like. But just talking about the special effects gore, we get Mike gets it just sliced right up. Gets his penis cut off and eaten. The things that go on in this film, folks. Yes, it's a classic. Cannibal Ferox.
The following feature is one of the most violent films ever made. There are at least 24 scenes of barbaric torture and sadistic cruelty graphically shown. If the presentation of disgusting and repulsive subject matter upsets you, please do not view this film.
Oh man, boy, am I hungry. I am so hungry. Wish I had one of Auntie Lee's meat pies. Yeah. Directed in 1992, Joseph F. Robertson. It stars Karen Black, Pat Morita, Michael Berryman, Pat Paulson, and the very beautiful masterpiece, Terry Wagle. Swing. I'd marry her. I would. Didn't she pass away? I hope I'm wrong. But anyway, yeah, Karen Black's great in this film. She plays Auntie Lee, and she has 4 of her beautiful employees pick up men and bring them back to the farm where they get turned into delicious, yummy, scrumdiddlyocious meat pies. That's right. Would you eat that meat pie knowing what it was made out of? Huh? And then it gets even worse as the film goes along. We find out there's a 5th woman who's got the mentality of an infant. And she's a cannibal, just an outright cannibal. She doesn't need her meat cooked. She wants it raw. Eating the guy's neck and, yes. It's a fun, great film. Let's check out that trailer.
Auntie Lee, I swear, you make the best meat pies I've ever tasted. Ain't no wonder that you're selling like crazy to all them fancy restaurants. Thank you. You know, someday, you mark my word now, someday people are going to be buying and selling and eating Auntie Lee's meat pies all across this country, coast to coast.
I do declare, Chief, you are a flatterer.
I don't know what kind of fertilizer you use, but it sure does get the job done.
Well, let's just say that's my little secret. But someday, Chief, maybe we can let you in on it.
I would love that, Auntie Lee. I would really love it.
All right, I'd say up next we'll choose Cannibal Girls. Now, I vaguely remember this movie. This is when I ended up in the hospital with my liver and kidney failure. And my friend Susan and I don't know if it was, I don't know how we saw it. Maybe she brought her DVD player or something, or we got it on a pay-per-view or something. Cannibal Girls. So I vaguely remember it, but I do remember I loved the atmosphere and the colors. And it was made in 1973 by Ivan Reitman. That's right. How many classics has that guy made, huh? That aren't even horror at all. This movie stars Eugene Levy and Andrea Martin. Yes, indeed. She was also in Black Christmas, and she was most famous for SCTV. That's right. She was a funny gal. So let's check out this trailer here about a couple that a vehicle runs down, and yeah, we'll see this trailer.
Once upon a time, there was a little country town where folks had a very strange diet. Strangers who stopped for lunch ended up staying for dinner.
Wilson, I just have. Yes! This just came in this morning.
Is it really fresh?
Mrs. Wilson, if it was any fresher, it would get up and tell you itself.
American International Pictures presents Cannibal Girls.
When the morning way comes.
They're young, beautiful, and very, very sexy. They love every man they meet. First to death, then for dinner.
What will you have for dinner, my lovelies? What will you have? In
case you hadn't noticed, I decided to stay.
No.
Yes, it's rather nice to have a man around the house.
In order not to offend or horrify those in the audience of a squeamish or prudish disposition, the sound of a bell in the theater will warn you when to close your eyes or turn away so that you may avoid witnessing certain scenes of an especially erotic or gruesome nature.
All we ever do around here is cook and eat. Food can be a marvelous appetizer.
I'm looking forward to the main course myself.
Cannibal Girls. Remember, in order not to offend or horrify those in the audience of a squeamish or prudish disposition, the sound of a bell in the theater will warn you when to close your eyes or turn away so that you may avoid witnessing certain scenes of an especially erotic or gruesome nature.
All right. now we're going to go into probably my number one favorite cannibal film. This one has several names: Last Cannibal World, Jungle Holocaust, and Ultimo Mondo Cannibale. Is it pronounced Cannibale? 1977, Ruggero Deodato stars Ivan Rasimov. A man is captured by cannibals, and this film is just intense. I love just the emotional factor of the film, how he's caught by the cannibals, and he's freaking out, and it's really frightening, like incredibly frightening, how they're like in this cave and they've got him tied down there and they're all screaming and yelling and throwing things at him. And man, it's chilling. It is a great film. I think it's the greatest cannibal film, better than Cannibal Holocaust, if you ask me. And the man ends up, I guess, did he get a girlfriend with one of those cannibal girls? Because she sure has an interest in him. They even do the Watusi, if you know what I mean. And she goes to help him escape eventually, and doesn't really turn out good for her. So there we go. 5 cannibal films for your viewing pleasure. Hey, give this video a like. Hit that subscribe button. Hey, make a comment. Give me a list of your 5 favorite cannibal films. Not that these are my top favorites. These are just ones I decided to pick on for this video. But hey, let me know what you guys like. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time here on Phantom of Haunted Hill.